Hey guys, it's Matt. I am here to record a new video, and if you haven't noticed, the setup is a little bit different. So I wanted to try something new. I wanted to try my phone camera because I actually think that it is a better camera than the one that I had purchased for my computer, sadly. So I'm trying this, and I also got a tripod, but I might return this tripod because the remote that I bought is, for some reason, it's not pairing to my phone. So I don't know what's going on with that, but hopefully that this setup works well. I'm hoping that the sound quality is decent, and I think that this camera works better, but we'll see how everything looks when I upload it as well. Quick disclaimer. Ohio State is playing right now, so I might be a little bit distracted because my TV is right there. So if I all of a sudden stand up screaming and yelling, I'm either really angry or really excited. It just depends on how Ohio State's playing. And right now they're not doing very well. So I will try to maintain my cool for now. So you guys had some questions for me regarding my transition and starting testosterone. So I wanted to address some of these questions. I'm sorry that I got sick this week and I did not feel well enough to record a video earlier. Plus, like I said, I'm pretty busy. I'm working 2 jobs, I'm in school, so I got a lot going on, and the weekends actually might just be better for me to record videos. Excuse me. So, I may not be able to get to all of your questions today, but I promise that I will answer your questions. So if you've asked me a question and I don't address it on this video, just wait. It might be that it just didn't, I'm trying to like kind of make each of my videos like a specific topic, or I just didn't have time, but don't worry, I will definitely try to answer your question. So the one that I really want to answer today, I think I had a couple of people ask me, and if I'm looking away, it's because I have my computer right here so I can see your questions. So, Sammy Tausch, please tell me I said your last name right. Sammy, you asked, do you have any side effects from the shots? I know you said you'd been running kind of hot, any nausea, fatigue, etc. It's a really good question. And in fact, to answer this question, I brought my packet of papers that I got from, actually got a copy from my therapist, and then I also got a copy from my doctor. And then when I went into Start T, I had to sign another copy. So I was given 2 copies, and then I had to actually sign one saying that I understood all the effects that were going to happen from starting testosterone. So I wanted to use this because I'm more of a note person, so instead of like rewriting everything that was on here, I figured I could just kind of scroll through and answer some of your questions. So the only thing that I've truly noticed is, yeah, I'm way more hot than normal. It's weird. Like, just minor activity will make me start sweating. It's disgusting. So yeah, I've been definitely more hot. I'm now 3 weeks on T. So tomorrow's my 4th shot, so it's been 3 weeks. So this is how my voice sounds. It sounds different to me, but it could just be wishful thinking. So you guys tell me what you think. I think it does sound just a little bit deeper. So, so I'm going to read some of this, but I'm going to try not to be boring about it. Okay, I'll do my best here. So, this talks about some of the risks and expectations from starting testosterone. And one of the things I really want to mention here is, because I needed to remember this, and it says, it is very important to remember that everyone is different, and that the extent of and the rate at which you change depends on many factors. So for me, I'm like, oh, I really need some changes like ASAP, but I have to really try and remember that we all change differently and at different rates, and it really is like puberty. Nobody goes through the process of puberty in exactly the same way. So I am trying to be very patient about that and just remember that, because, you know, I'm ready to sorry. I am so sorry. I am still recovering from being sick. So what I was trying to say is, there's some changes that I just really want to happen right now. Like, I really want my voice to be deeper. That's something that I am continuously like listening for. Let's see. There's another one that I'm going to get to in a minute here, but for family that's watching, it might make you a little bit uncomfortable. Just an FYI, when I get there, I'll warn you. So let's see. It starts off by talking about physical changes. So let's see. Some of the physical changes, it says your skin becomes thicker and a bit more oily. Your pores become larger, which is, you have more oil production, which is often why we get acne going through puberty. It's a good time. So I might start breaking out. I kind of am, but I feel like this light is hiding it, so that's pretty sweet. So my chest, it says that it might not change, but then it could. So that's why they recommend that you wait about 6 months to a year before having top surgeries, because your breasts could shrink. And so, like, hopefully that would be cool. I wouldn't mind that so much. So that could change, but it's different for everybody. Your weight begins to redistribute around your body. So, like the fat around my hips and my thighs, it will like start to move and I will get more of a gut. So maybe I need to cut back on the beer a little bit so I don't end up with a beer gut. And I'm definitely going to have to work out. Like, they actually recommend that you work out 4 to 5 times a week with at least 30 minutes of cardio or aerobics. Because it makes you gain fat around your abdomen. So, like, you notice a lot of guys get the beer belly going on. So I'll have to be really careful about that. But your muscle mass also increases. So that is another thing I'm really excited about, is that the longer that I'm on testosterone, like, I'll definitely get more muscle mass, and that's going to be really exciting for me. Let's see. The fat under your skin in your face will decrease, and it shifts around, so you get like a more angular look. So men typically have a more angular face, especially around their eyes. But bone structure is not really going to change. There's like, so these giant hips that I have, unfortunately, are still going to be pretty giant. There's just going to be less fat around them. You know, I'll take what I can get. So, it also says that the facial changes take up to 2 years or more to see the final results. So I've had some people say that they think that my jawline is a bit more noticeable now. I don't know. I've always kind of felt like I had a stronger jawline, so to me it doesn't seem different, but some people are saying that they've noticed a change. I don't know that that redistributes that quickly, but it's possible. And, you know, like I said, it's like when you're losing weight and you don't necessarily notice the changes right away, but someone else is like, dude, you look good. And you're like, oh, cool. That's good to know. I'm glad. Hair on your body, such as your chest, back, and arms, it increases in thickness, and it becomes darker and it grows faster. So, let's see. It says you may expect to develop a pattern of body hair similar to that of other men in your family. So, thank goodness my brother, my dad, and my grandpa on my mom's side all have a nice thick head of hair. Oh, yeah, I got a haircut today, by the way. So, tell me what you think in the comments. You can let me know. So, I don't think... Some guys end up losing hair pretty quickly. There's a... I can't remember the medication, and I don't want to say it because I don't want to butcher it if I'm wrong. But there's a medication that you can take to stop hair loss if that's something that you notice. And I might start losing hair like right around here. That's where men typically start to bald. Or it just depends on your family's history of like male pattern baldness. So thank goodness that my family has a lot of hair, because I would be really upset if I was balding. Beards. I can't wait to have a beard. Okay, beards vary from person to person. Some people develop a thick beard quite rapidly, and others take several years to do so, and others may never develop a full, thick beard, which is probably going to be me, and I'm going to be so sad. It's okay, though. Even if I get some stubble, I'll be happy. So, someone's going to have to... I'm going to have to see if my dad will teach me how to shave. Somebody's going to have to teach me how to shave. Maybe I'll just YouTube it. That's what YouTube's for, right? I'm so sorry that I'm coughing so much. I'm just still recovering from being sick this week. Okay, so those are the physical changes, but there's also some emotional changes as well. So your emotional state may or may not change. I think that I've maybe been a little bit more irritable, but I think I was already like kind of irritable anyway. If you ask like my mom and my wife, they might tell you I'm pretty irritable. Sometimes dramatic. It's okay. Anyway, so it talks about puberty being a roller coaster, which most of you know, it sucks. So, I mean, it's different. So, it mentions that you may find that you have access to a narrower range of emotions or feelings, or have different interests, tastes, or pastimes, or behave differently in relationships with other people. So hopefully that doesn't happen, or if it does, it's not in a negative way, I guess. It does talk about that, you know, most people, like most trans people, have to go to therapy to get a letter from a therapist to start T anyway. So No, I'm not saying all people do. It's different, I think, in different states, in different countries too. So that's something that I had to do, was get a letter. Oh my gosh, sorry. I was getting distracted by Ohio State. Okay, so I had to get a letter from my therapist before I could start T. And so I will continue going to therapy because it is going to be a lot of changes, and I think that it's just good for my mental health to make sure that I'm talking to, you know, a professional about these things, because I can talk to my family, I can talk to my friends, but it's also hard too when you don't really have anyone that understands what you're going through. So like, I'm also lucky enough to have there's a group of friends that I have, and I talk to them on Facebook, and they're also FTM transgender, so female to male transgender. So I'm not going to mention who they are because I need to respect their privacy. But I have some friends that I can talk to, and that's really, really cool. The next part, and this is the part where my family may or may not want to listen. Like, I'm not going to get weird about it, but I'm going to explain what's in the packet. And Penn State just scored a touchdown, so it's okay. It's okay. We can come back. It's the second quarter. It's fine. It'll be fine. Okay, anyway. So this is sexual changes that occur. Family, if you do not want to hear these, you know, tune out for 30 seconds to a minute. I'm going to try to get through them quickly. So it does say that soon after beginning hormone treatment, you will likely notice a change in your libido. I would say, yeah, I'm not a very touchy person to begin with. And I'm going to be honest with you guys because you guys are asking. So just remember, you asked. I'm not a very sexual person to begin with. But I have noticed that I have more interest now, which is nice. My wife appreciates it. Maybe. But let's not get into that. Sorry, excuse me. So also, you do get bottom growth. I don't really want to talk about this, and I don't want to talk about, I don't want to use like any specific terms, because if any other FTM transgender people are watching my video, it could trigger them, and so I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to refer to it as bottom growth. It's typically what we say. If you're really that curious, you can go and Google it, but I don't want to talk about it on this video. But this is one of the changes that people tend to notice rather quickly, and I haven't. And so I'm kind of disappointed in that. I will say that because you guys asked, and so I want to be honest with you. I haven't, I'm 3 weeks in, I haven't really noticed any bottom growth, and it's been kind of hard for me. I've even like posted on some of my FTM trans support groups on Facebook and stuff, like asking about it. And then basically what people have been telling me is that just everybody's different, and so I need to just be patient with that. And yeah, so I'm trying to be patient. And then the last thing that I'm going to talk about, because it's already almost at like 13 minutes, and I'm not going to go into great detail on this. So reproductive changes. So the thing that I really want to talk about is that if you start testosterone, chances are it's less likely for you to be able to get pregnant. That's not something that I want. Since I was a kid, I always said I didn't want to have kids. That's not 100% true. I do want children. I just don't want to. I don't want to carry children and give birth to children myself. It's not something I've ever wanted or felt like. It makes sense now because I'm a man. Like it's not something I've ever felt comfortable with. I'm like, I'm not supposed to do that. So I would have so much dysphoria thinking about trying to have children. And I'm going to talk about dysphoria in a different video, so if you don't understand what that means, you can either look it up or you can wait till another video that I post about that, because that is definitely something I want to talk about. And then there's just not enough research to really understand if certain cancers are more prevalent when you're on testosterone. Like, obviously, my general health risks change, because I'll be on testosterone, and I will obviously be more of like a man physically in that regard. My health risks change so that they're more like a man's health risks, so like heart disease and high blood pressure and things like that. So that is something that I'll have to make sure I take care of, and like I'll have blood tests done every so often and see where my cholesterol is at and things like that. So it's no different, like as a woman, you know, you're taking care of your health in a certain way. Men take care of their health in you know, similar ways, but it also might need to be different depending on your risks. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to end this here because I'm already at 15 minutes and I know people get really bored. So I am also going to try to edit this video because I haven't really tried that yet. I want to try to see if I can figure out how to like add music without, you know, being copyright issues and stuff like that. Just to make it a little bit more exciting so you're not just listening to me talk for 15 minutes. So I'll see what I can do. Hopefully it turns out well. I know I only answered that one question, but I know that there were other people who asked that question as well. I'm sorry if I didn't mention your name. Sammy just happened to be the first person on my list. So, Sammy, thank you for the question. I hope that I hit all those points for you. And if you have any more questions, please comment below. Also, subscribe. If you haven't, please subscribe. That would really help me out. And, you know, hit the like button, all those good things. And I appreciate you watching, and you all have a great week.